Hello, and welcome back to the Volume Vegan Cooking Channel. Today I'm showing you another part of my Mediterranean feast from this week, the spicy baked falafel. Now, I wouldn't call falafel a volume eating food because chickpeas, aka garbanzo beans, can be a little high in carbs and in calories. But they are so high in protein that just putting like 2 of them on your plate along with a dab of that oil-free hummus I'm about to show you and the all-you-can-eat cauliflower tabbouleh salad from my channel will have you so full you won't have room for another bite. Now go ahead and preheat your oven to 350 and let's get started. So here we have a couple of cans of garbanzo beans or chickpeas. I use the Simple Truth organic ones from Kroger. I'm going to go ahead and dump those into a colander and get them rinsed off and ready to go. You're going to go ahead and add those to your food processor. If you don't have a food processor, I mash up chickpeas for like a mock sort of tuna salad type recipe. I'm not sure if you're going to get enough of a binding because it doesn't quite get as mushed together if you just mash them with like a potato masher, but I think it can be done if you work with it enough because you want to have some texture. At the end of your food processing anyway, just leave a little bit of texture in those falafels. Next, I add in a 1/4 cup of parsley. I leave some of the more tender stems in there because they'll get chopped up or they'll get cooked down in the recipe, but definitely remove all of the thicker stems. Then I add in the minced garlic. I like to go a little heavy with my garlic. If you are a little bit more sensitive to it, definitely just add less. I'm adding in smoked paprika, another 1/2 teaspoon of cumin. We're going to add in a 1/2 teaspoon of chili powder. I actually don't have normal chili powder, so I'm using a friend's blend right now, but just use any kind that you like. I definitely recommend Anko chili powder just for some interesting flavor. And I am adding in 2 tablespoons of Frank's Red Hot. That's my standard go-to hot sauce. If you are a little sensitive to hot sauce, if you just don't like spicy foods, definitely omit that. It's not necessary to put that in. And here I am adding in 1 tablespoon of olive oil. Here I added in my flour, 3 tablespoons of any gluten-free flour will work. I used oat flour. I shouldn't have used it in this step, if I'm being honest. I was a little nervous about, filming and trying to get all of the steps done. This is one of my first videos. What I would ask you to do in this step is to blend all of the ingredients and then fold the flour in. It's going to make your food processor behave a little bit better than mine ended up behaving, but it's still fine. It will work either way, as you'll see. And finally, I added in a 1/2 teaspoon each of some sea salt and some coarse black pepper to finish the seasoning off. And then we process. You want to process the chickpea mixture until you get a nice blend of, practically liquefied chickpea and some chunky chickpea. I like a little texture in my falafels. And here we have our mixture out of a bowl, and it's ready for me to start forming it into patties. I make them, and you'll see them in a moment, about the size of an Oreo, no more than 1 inch thick. If you find that your mixture is still a little bit wet, you can sprinkle some more of your gluten-free flour in, or I even like to add a little bit of rolled oats in to soak up the mixture and add a little bit more texture. And once they are all formed, I add them to a cooking sheet. I use this silicone baking mat so that I avoid buying a lot of parchment paper and avoid using an oil spray to keep things from sticking. You do what fits best for you. I would use parchment paper just to cut the oil factor down if you're not using those silicone baking mats. You're going to bake those at 350 for 20 minutes. I don't flip them because mine are generally kind of fragile and I don't want them to break. So they seem to get completely evenly cooked through, and then they're ready to go after that. Just keep an eye on them. They may have to go as long as 22 minutes. You just want to get them nice and brown on the outsides, and they are good to go. And then we have it plated with that cauliflower tabbouleh salad that you'll find on my channel. I'll link that in the description below. Also with my oil-free hummus that I'm going to be putting up later today. It's a huge plate of food, a very low amount of calories, delicious, fresh, bright Mediterranean flavors that you will definitely enjoy. Please subscribe to my channel, turn on notifications so that you never miss new recipes, and we will be back with another one very soon. Until next time, bye-bye.